Hello folks, welcome to another exciting episode of Sinister Playthroughs. Particularly our Sinister playthrough of Homeworld. We are about to return to Karak. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but things are about to get really bad. And not just in a story way. I hate this mission. I'm just gonna be totally honest, totally upfront. I just think this mission sucks. It works well with the story, but I just hate playing it. And that's really all there is to it. You'll see in a second why I hate it so much, probably. Hopefully not. I've seriously played this like 8 times now, and screwed up almost every single playthrough, except for one, but for some reason Fraps didn't record that one, so now I'm doing it again! Yay! Alright, let's get started.
No one's left. Everything's gone. Karak is burning.
Karak is being consumed by a firestorm. The scaffold has been destroyed. All orbital facilities destroyed. Significant debris ring in low Karak orbit. Receiving no communication from anywhere in the system. Not even beacons.
Wait. On the maintenance frequency, I'm getting a signal from the cryo tray systems in orbit. One of them is suffering a massive malfunction.
The cryo trays are under attack. Defend them.
Reporting for duty.
These ships are different from those we encountered at the Kar Slim. It is likely they were involved in the destruction of Karak. Capture at least one vessel for interrogation, and destroy the rest.
Awaiting assignment. Coordinates confirmed. Reporting. Awaiting assignment. I have a bad feeling. Supporters on the way. Hang in there. Full load returning.
Alright, so we've just saved that cryo tray, and now we're going to try to start capturing these frigates.
Salvage target acquired. Salvage field released. You got it? Report receiving. Target confirmed. Head count, report in. Group 5 to combat stations. Group 4 to combat stations.
How are these two doing? Okay. The repair corvettes are doing their job this time. They didn't the last time I played, which was pretty frustrating, as you might imagine.
Acknowledge.
Oh, did he kill my salvage corvette? That bastard. Ah.
Production underway.
God, I hate this level.
Cryo tray loaded. 100,000 people secured.
Salvage field released. You got it. Under attack. Responding.
Alright, let's get this guy, then we'll start
Salvage corvette complete.
salvaging some of these other guys.
Target selected for
There we
salvage.
go. Wait a minute. How do I have... What the...
Receiving.
How do I have... I'm so confused right now.
Acknowledged. Reporting.
I'm so confused. Whatever.
Group 5 under attack. Receiving. Group 4 reporting enemy contact. Target acquired.
Cryo tray loaded. 200,000 people secured.
One acknowledged.
Hostile vessel captured. Crew interned. Interrogation is underway.
Reporting.
While searching the enemy ship's computer systems, we came across these flight recordings. Stand by for playback.
delivery. Orbital target acquired. Watch the spread pattern, stay sharp. Target destroyed. Delivering all targets acquired. Multiple impact temperature 1323 and climbing. Estimated immediate casualties clearance temperature 17.42. Clearance granted. Primary directive achieved. Route 4, under attack.
Analysis of the recording indicates that the Karak missile defenses heavily damaged the attacking fleet. However, we have concluded that at present they can still easily defeat us. We have therefore plotted a course to a deep space asteroid belt. There we can hide and prepare our fleet for an assault.
Salvage corvette release. Stand by receiving crew. Thank you. Reporting for duty.
Our research division has analyzed the captured frigate.
On the way. Hang in there.
We have reverse engineered the drive technology and developed 2 new ships. Plans for a 3rd vessel are underway, but will require frigate chassis research.
Destination confirmed.
Available resources consumed.
Alright, folks, well, there you have it.
Capital ship chassis research.
Reporting.
Enemy assault frigate captured.
Service complete. Awaiting assignment. Support command acknowledged.
The key to this one is to send your salvage corvettes in a couple at a time and have some repair corvettes on hand to keep them from getting blown to smithereens. That's really what it comes down to. Also, it's helpful to save these cryo trays as they start to get a little too damaged.
Standing by. Target selected for salvaging. Responding. Target confirmed.
Enemy assault frigate captured. Mothership.
Locked on to repair corvette. Dock con enabled. Target acquired.
Enemy units neutralized. Begin salvaging the cryo trays.
Those trays contain all that remain of our people. Without them, we will become extinct.
Reporting for duty.
Yeah, this is a pretty heavy moment in the game for obvious reasons. I would say a pretty heavy moment in video game history. One reason I think that it's so effective, the way they introduce this genocide story element, is that it just comes out of nowhere, right? It's just this crazy, crazy dramatic, well, irony, frankly. You know, the wide gap between expectations and reality, right? You feel like you're on this bold experiment, doing something hopeful for your people. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, bam, your planet is wiped out. It's just gut-wrenching.
Salvage field released. We're letting go.
And I think they handle it really well. So as you can see, the original frigate that we captured and interrogated is not here. It's not entirely clear what happened to it. These other ones, however, these are ours now.
Capital ship chassis research complete.
We've wiped out whoever was on board these frigates and crewed them with our own folks.
Cryo tray loaded. 300,000 people secured.
As such, we now have
Enemy
these
assault frigate captured.
assault frigates at our disposal to use for as long as we keep them alive. And they will be quite handy in the next mission. Meanwhile, we've now finished capital ship drive and capital ship chassis research, which means that we are free to build frigates of our own. As you can see, assault frigates are pretty expensive. Support frigates are pretty great. They're like repair corvettes, but a lot more fighters and corvettes can actually dock with them. As you can see, 5 fighters can dock on each side of a support frigate, and there is room for, I think, 5 corvettes total along the bottom. They can dock there. Meanwhile, the support frigate has a large mass driver gun in the front. It doesn't have very high firepower, right? It's about equivalent to the firepower of an interceptor, so not very impressive, but, you know, as you can see, it has very high armor relative to even, say, a heavy corvette. So it can take quite a beating, and meanwhile it has the ability that the the repair corvette has to heal other units at a distance. So it's very handy to have these in your fleet. Assault frigates, well, you saw the enemy version. The enemy race, I'm just going to go ahead and spoil it. They're called the Taidani, or the Taidan. Alright, so we've seen the Taidani assault frigates. This is what our assault frigates look like if we build them. The stats are identical. As you can see, pretty good firepower on these. Firepower of 82. Much better than anything we've seen so far. And also really high armor, even higher than the support frigates. They're pretty slow, 325 meters per second, even slower than the heavy corvette. But they have such high firepower and such high armor that they're still pretty handy to have around. I'm going to build a couple of support frigates to support the 2
Construction commencing.
assault frigates, or the 3 assault frigates now, that we've captured from the enemy. I could build my own assault frigates, but frankly, what's the point? I mean, we already have 3, and we're not going to need more than that.
Mothership.
I don't think, going forward into this next mission.
Responding. Group 1 copies. Establishing broad.
Let's get one more salvage corvette as well, because it's really handy to have these guys around to capture enemy ships.
Production underway.
And I expect to be doing more of that lovely capturing in future missions. Alright folks, that is all we have time for in this episode. In the next episode, we'll be venturing into deep space and seeking out our revenge against the evil Taidan. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed.